knows every single face, every single name. If something happens to me and my babies, everyone in the whole world.
Hey, listen. We're not. Hold on.
Hey guys, Mike the Cop, and today's video takes us back to February 4th, 2020 in some evidence that was just released in a case out of Nevada County in California, where several people had called 911 to report a woman and her 2 children and concern for them as she was approaching people and saying her children were in danger. And officers responded, and you'll see kind of what unfolds, but unfortunately it resulted in this woman, Ms. Crawford, losing her life. Watch some of the dispatch content, watch some of the video. I don't show the whole thing for some obvious reasons. And then stick around at the end if you're interested in why the media response to this is absolutely infuriating to me.
And she wanted me to take her somewhere safe. She said, they're hurting my kids. And she was really scared and didn't want, she asked me to take her to Nevada. I go, Nevada City? She said, no, the state line.
What's your address?
So, and then somebody actually really was following her. Somebody followed her, drove up in my driveway while she was on my porch.
No, that was the person I was talking to. She had seen them walking for quite a while and was concerned for the children's well-being. She called 911.
You're not in trouble or anything like that.
I know what you did to my baby.
I'm not going to touch your babies, but I need you to put your knife away.
Don't
County 1 We're going to have one at gunpoint. She has a knife. I'm not going to hurt your babies. Hey, I'm not going to hurt your babies. I'm not going to.
Everyone knows every single face, every single name. If something happens to me and my babies, everyone in the whole world.
Hey, listen. We're not. Hold on. Hey,
my babies.
we're not talking.
Everyone knows what you're going to do. You can't sit there and say that I'm crazy.
I'm not saying anything. I just want to help you out.
They know who you are.
I just want to help out.
Everyone knows who you are. You can't hide.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Allah,
Hold
back
up.
Zoe.
Zoe, you want to back up? Zoe.
Get near my baby.
Zoe, don't.
Don't you near my babies.
We're not. Zoe, you want to back up? Zoe.
Put the knife down. No. No.
Hey, I need you to put that knife down. Just talk to us.
No, I don't have anything to say.
Talk to us.
Who you are.
Talk to us.
Knows who you are.
Listen. Talk to us.
There's lawyers who have been
Talk to us.
They have all that.
Hold on.
So kill me now.
I don't want to kill you.
Obviously, I didn't show the ending of the situation, but ultimately what happens is Ms. Crawford turns around from the officer that was engaging her. She starts, she lifts the knife and she charges the officer with the taser out. The partner opens fire. The kids were removed out of the situation and she would later be pronounced dead at the hospital. And this is obviously a terrible situation, but the media just makes it worse as usual. Check this out.
Dashcam video released today, coming just months after the sheriff's office launched a mobile crisis team, pairing a therapist and a deputy together to respond to calls just like this one.
But in this case, that team didn't get called. CBS 13's Steve Large is live in Nevada County tonight, getting answers on why not. Steve?
Yeah, this is the exact scenario that the Sheriff's Department put this mobile crisis team together to reduce the risk of these deadly confrontations, the possibility of an outcome just like this. Only on the day of this call, dispatchers couldn't send the therapy team because they were off duty.
It was clear to me that the officers who were engaged with Ms. Crawford had no business being engaged with her.
The Crawford family attorney believes had a therapist team responded, this deadly outcome could have been different.
And hopefully this instance is an example of why we should have mental health workers every single day that we have police.
So again, there are 2 reasons primarily, there's probably a lot, but 2 primary reasons why this is infuriating to me, this type of response. First is it's based entirely on ignorance. The media sitting behind their desk and getting fed this information through earpieces and going out and reporting do not understand the first freaking thing about what these officers went through. This is like the second worst thing an officer could go through. First being probably in dealing with losing one of their own while they're working on their shift. The second being having to take someone else's life, but my God, in front of someone's children. I mean, it's just unimaginable. I can't imagine what these officers are going through. And these pundits, these media personalities, local or national, are utterly ignorant of what this experience is like, what it takes to be involved in this experience. And it is disgusting that they want to come off as though they do. Children were involved in this. People were calling 911 concerned for the well-being of children, and they want to complain that a mental health person wasn't sent to a call. That's completely ignorant. You can't predict. Every single police call has the potential to have a mental health issue underlying it, but you can't predict that. And if kids are being pulled in and out of traffic and this lady is begging people to take her out of the state to save her children, they don't know the details of that, of course the police are obligated to respond, and they're obligated to try to help those children, help that woman, and protect those around the situation. And to pretend that that's not a reality is so unbelievably ignorant to me. That type of ignorance puts cops in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, but I gotta say, they're pretty used to that these days. Imagine if the police had pulled back and not engaged, and then the mom had turned on her children, of which many parents have been known to do in such mental crisis states. Then who's at fault? The officers for not taking action. You see what I'm saying? The second reason that this type of response is infuriating is because it's just impractical. I am not saying that it's a huge advantage if every shift had an officer who is trained as both a law enforcement officer and a mental health crisis expert or professional. I mean, what a great win that would be for every department. And you know what? There are departments that actually have that. But it's not practical for society as culture shifts to just expect it now, right now, and then to hold people responsible for the fact that it's not that way yet, where that's the norm. It's just a complete impractical thing to expect that the officers are going to know ahead of time or during exactly that this is a mental health crisis, what underlies it. Sometimes there is a real law enforcement situation, a real crime that has occurred that someone's experiencing trauma or in a state of shock, and it's not mental health in the sense of there's something wrong in their mind. It's literally a critical incident, and maybe that woman had been attacked, her kids had been attacked, and she was in a state of shock. There's so many factors that is impractical to expect that every department at every moment has a mental health person just ready to go to every call. It'd be great if it was like a SWAT team, right? Where there was a specialized unit that could be deployed when such a situation is recognized in the moment. But guys, don't forget, children were involved with a woman out of her mind with a knife. You can't just leave that situation. Even if the mental health person had been on the other side of the county and those officers arrived, nothing would have changed about that situation. All right, that's enough from me. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff wherever you see this video. Okay, later.